Hello children, good morning. Welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to see the concluding part of the chapter, the cell unit of life. So today we are going to study regarding nucleus. It is the most important part of the cell. It is the largest and the most prominent structure of the cell. Generally, one nucleus is present in each cell. It is present in the center of younger cell, but it is pushed towards the periphery in the mature cell. Mostly in plant cell it happens like that due to the size of vacuoles. It governs the cell, that's why it is called the controlling center of the cell. It is the governor of the cell. It governs the entire cell. It is bounded by a double layer membrane that we call that as nuclear membrane. It has pores. It is not continuous. It has pores, and that pore we call that as nuclear pore. The important parts of nucleus are nuclear membrane and the cytoplasm seen inside, nucleoplasm, chromatin network and nucleolus. So this is the nucleus, children. It is surrounded by nuclear membrane and you can see the chromosome inside. Okay, and the cytoplasm seen inside the nucleus, you call that as nucleoplasm. Okay. The nuclear membrane is the double membranous structure. It separates the nucleoplasm from cytoplasm. So it has many pores. That pores you call that as nucleopores, and this pores it is helpful in the exchange of materials between nucleus and cytoplasm. Actually, the nuclear membrane, it disappears during cell division. You can see the nuclear envelope, nucleus and the nucleolus, chromatin fibers. These all are nuclear pores. Okay. It has two membranous double membrane structure, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane and inner membrane, two membranous, that is double membranous structure. And the nucleoplasm is the fluid seen inside the nucleus. It can be known as nucleoplasm or karyolymph. It is a gel-like dense substance present within the nucleus. In this chromatin material and nucleus is present. Chromatin network or chromatin material. Actually, when it is in the network of structure of chromosome, you call that as chromatin. When it is condensed, you call that as chromatid. TAD. Okay, so the network you call that as chromatin. So during cell division, it is organized to form the chromosomes. You know, the chromosomes are made up of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, and histones, that is proteins. The DNA is the master molecule. It controls the entire activity of the cell. The functional segment of DNA are called genes. The genes, it controls the characters. And the chromosome, many genes are present. The chromosomes are called as hereditary vehicle as it transfers the character from parent to offspring. Nucleolus. It is a spherical or oval body present within the nucleus. It is generally bigger in size in some cells, so which are actively concerned with protein synthesis. When the cells are actively concerned with protein synthesis, that the nucleolus will be of bigger in size. It is more prominent in non-dividing cells also. It contains large amount of RNA and protein and small amount of DNA. This is the nucleolus seen within the nucleus. Okay, this is the chromatin fibers. What are the functions of nucleus? It helps in maintaining the cell. It helps in cell division, and normally during cell division it disappears and it is reformed again. It is needed for the inheritance of characters from parent to offspring. It controls various cytoplasmic activities. So during cell division, the nucleus disappears means, so it does not disappear fully, only the nuclear membrane disappears and the chromosome will be there in the cytoplasm. So you cannot see the nuclear membrane, so that's why the nucleus won't be visible, and it is reformed again during at the end of cell division. Let us see the types of chromosomes. So based on the position of chromosomes chromosomes can be classified into 4 types: metacentric chromosome, submetacentric chromosome, acrocentric chromosome and telocentric chromosome. So, let us see one by one. First is metacentric chromosome. The chromosome, when you see in metacentric chromosome, the centromere is seen in the middle. Okay, and in submetacentric chromosome, centromere is away from the middle. And in acrocentric chromosome, the centromere is situated close to its end. In telocentric chromosome, centromere is at the terminal end. So, this is the centromere of the chromosome. That in telocentric, it is towards the extreme side. Acrocentric, little bit here below. This is in the center, metacentric. In submetacentric, little bit above the center, like that. On the position of the centromere, we can classify the chromosomes into 4 categories: telocentric, acrocentric, submetacentric, metacentric. Okay. So, here the very smallest arm, you call that as satellite chromosomes also. So, this is the photograph of chromosome when it is condensed during cell division. It has been taken and arranged by electron microscope. It has been taken and arranged here. How, see here how the chromosome it is being condensed, okay, to form chromatid during cell division. Okay. So, here one single chromosome, when you unfold, it contains lot of DNA in a folded manner like this. Satellite chromosome, I told satellite body. So, this is the non-staining secondary constriction seen in the chromosomes. And the microbodies, the other finer cellular organelle, these are the membrane bound minute vesicle. Okay. So, they contain various enzymes and are present both in plant and animal cells, microbodies. They are also membrane bound organelles, but they are very small, minute vesicles, membrane bound but minute. Okay, that's why we call them as microbodies. They also contain various enzymes. It can be seen in both plant and animal cells. Okay, children. So, today we have concluded the chapter, and you do the assignment work whatever it has been given. We will meet in the next class with the new chapter. Thank you, children.